everyone, so back with the van build, and you might have noticed that you haven't actually seen Megan around recently on the videos. Now she went off on a yoga instructor course, and at the time of filming this we are currently in the midst of this sort of coronavirus outbreak. Now she is currently stuck in India. All the commercial flights have been cancelled and grounded. So for a minimum of 21 days, she's actually stuck in India. So it's not a nice position to be in. So it's making things very tricky in terms of trying to do anything on the van. You know, it's been challenging to say the least. But you know, luckily I had a good amount of materials to actually get on with jobs. Mostly just been doing a lot of time lapses, and we'll take it from there. Really sort of cheap cladding. There's nothing really sort of fancy about it. It's really sort of flimsy. It can easily sort of break. There's quite a few sort of knots in it, so it's not expensive stuff. But you know, it's quite workable with the van itself. But also it's nice and light. Things that I need to do around the window here is this needs trimming back to the shape that's internal. So at the moment this is sort of sticking out just there. I need to get a router bit to sort of finish off that detail. So likewise coming back here, we've got this sort of profile on the edge that needs routering off as well, and finishing off. And so this has just been sort of tacked on with nails, little sort of pin nails, and just literally used a punch just to push them onto the surface so that it can literally finish it off with a little bit of filler on the holes itself, and give it a good paint, and then that way it makes a nice sort of finish. So on the time lapse itself, I ended up having to sort of notch around these edges here and at the back as well, and sort of rip that down to size in order to fit that in the top. I did use some sort of cladding clips initially. They worked pretty well, but most actually worked quite better, I think, with just nailing it on. So if you have the luxury of having a second fix sort of brad nailer, then that'll be even more better. But end up just hammering these on, so you just got to be careful with the hammer that you don't go too wayward with it, and then you end up putting hammer marks in your cladding. So I managed to do this front section here as well. So that's the front section at the box. Ooh, revealed something else just there. And of course on the side here, managed to do that cladding there, and a little sort of rip at the top to come level with that platform, so when the worktop goes on there it's nice and level. Okay, so that's the sort of cladding. I do need to do the same cladding up the top. I didn't do this initially because I had to put the solar panel cable in all behind. I was contemplating whether I'd actually replace the electrical cable that was here originally for the van, because it's power cable, you can just about see it and then coming through on there, and I was contemplating replacing it, but actually I think, you know, running the current through it was actually it was absolutely fine, so I'm gonna use it, and now hopefully I can just seal that off and then I'll clad it on, and hopefully I've got enough material to actually finish that side, because the roof's going to be a separate cladding. We're hoping to use a much more substantial cladding on the roof, because it's going to be a bit of a featured roof, and a thicker cladding, nice and solid. That's the plan with that, so that will actually join into the cladding itself, and of course down this left side having your storage space. So I've got to work something out for that.